Hey guys, it's AB Gamer X, and welcome to a Pokemon Generation 8 tier list. So, what I'm going to do is I'm pretty much just going to rank all the Pokemon that are good or bad, with S tier being the best, and disappointing being the worst, in which case I will play the sound effect.
Disappointed!
Since there are a lot of pretty bad designs in this generation, in my opinion at least. However, there are still quite a few that I like. And we'll start off right now as one of the with Gookie being the S tier because all his first stage starters are amazing. Now this is a controversial opinion. I know a lot of people don't like Thwackey and find him one of their least favorite Pokemon ever. I personally really like it. I'd probably go A tier for Thwackey. Like, yes, I do understand the yellow is probably a bit too much. Or not too much. I don't know why it has yellow for its middle stage evolution, but that's like the only bad thing I can actually think about Thwackey. In Rillaboom, yeah, I'll put you in the S tier. Because all the final stage evolution stars are really good. Squirrel Bunny, every single one, goes into S tier. Like, the entire evolutionary line is absolutely amazing. Sobble also goes into the S tier. Now, Drizzle, on the other hand, I might put you in the either B or C. Because, for me, it looks too emo, and I do not like the green on it whatsoever. If it was a shiny, that'd be one thing, but like, it goes from blue to yellow to blue to green. And then with Inteleon, it goes back to blue and yellow, and I'm putting Inteleon in the S tier as well because I love the fire theme they have going for this Pokemon. But yeah, I just don't see anything that appealing about Drizzle. Now, Squirvet and Greenit. I keep thinking its name is Greedon for some reason, but I like Squirvet. It's pretty cute. But then again, it's also kind of like your generic squirrel, which kind of works. So, I'll give it a... I'll give Squirvet an A, and Greenit a B. I know a lot of people do not like Greenit. I think it's alright. Probably not the most visually appealing rodent Pokemon, but I'll take it. Now, the entire Corviknight line, immediate S tier. It's the perfect evolutionary line for a flying type. And of course, I have the Gigantamax form tier list as well, and I will link this tier list in the description if you guys want to try this out as well. But yeah, I really like the Gigantamax Corviknight. It really reminds me of like the Red Eyes Black Dragon archetypes for Yu-Gi-Oh! Such as Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Maybe Red Eyes Black Dragon itself if you really think about it. But not so much with the glowing red wings. Anyways, getting too off topic. Blipbug. This is just...
Disappointed!
This is just one of the worst bug designs I've ever seen in my life. Like, the eyes are way too big. If the eyes weren't too big, maybe I'd put it into a D. Maybe even C at best. But it just looks awful. And it's basically a cocoon Pokemon. I'd probably put it in D normally, but I started to kind of go to like it more. Now, I do think the bug psychic type is kind of cool, but Orbeal, that's a D. It's not disappointing, but it's I know a lot of people like Orbeal, and this is going to be a very unpopular opinion. I think this is one of the most disgusting bug type Pokemon ever introduced. I can understand why people like it, but it's just not my taste. Now, the Gigantamax Orbeal, on the other hand, they turned that into something pretty cool. Kind of gives me like a UFO vibe from this. They did show off quite a bit of creativity when creating the design, so I'll give it that. Now, Nickit and Feeble. Yeah, I guess I'll give them both A's. They're really solid designs, but it's just nothing that memorable, if I'm being honest. Now, I personally like Gossifleur, Eldegoss, not so much. Eldegoss is kind of meh for me. I personally like Gossiflor's design way more. Now, Wooloo and Dubwool. I'll put them both in the A tier. I do really like Wooloo's design, but at the same time, I feel the hype is overrated, which is probably the only thing preventing me from putting it in the S tier. And Dubwool's design is alright. Now, Toodle, on the other hand, is just absolutely
disappointed!
This design is just bad on so many levels. Like, the head's too big, it has such one of the derpiest faces ever. If the body was a bit bigger, maybe I'd put it into a D tier or C tier, but the proportions are just not right whatsoever. It makes this thing look ugly. I know a lot of people don't like Dreadnought. I personally like it. I understand why people hate it. I personally really like it. Surprisingly fast, which unfortunately puts it into a really uncomfortable speed tier when it comes to competitive. Because it's too fast for Trick Room, and too slow to outspeed most opponents without Trick Room. So, that's why it's not going in the S tier. And not to mention, I have a feeling people might get mad at me if I put it in S tier because I hate this thing. But I will rank the Gigantamax Dreadnought a lot lower. Or not a lot lower, but actually a lot lower. It's not my favorite design for the Gigantamax Pokemon, but it's not horrible. Yamper, Bolton, you're both going in the S tier. This is an amazing evolutionary line. Now, a lot of people don't like Roly-Coly. I'd probably say people like half and half on Roly-Coly, but I personally like it. It's a pretty solid design. I'll even say yes to Carkol. Even though these pun names are getting pretty ridiculous. Now, Colossal, I will accept that pun for a name, but design, no. I don't like how it looks like a cross between Golem and Rhyperior with just a mountain of coal on its back. But the Gigantamax form, I'm almost tempted to put it in the S tier just because the Gigantamax form is so cool, but at the same time, it looks too much like Colossal still to even consider that. So, yeah, I'll just put it in this tier. I'll put it in the A tier for now. Now, Applin. I mean, it's just an apple with eyes. It kind of like gives me like the worm in the apple vibes. There's really nothing too special about this. Flapper, on the other hand, is a badass design. I feel like they reached their full potential when it came to this Pokemon's design. In Appleton, it's an apple pie. Not the most appealing design, but I will give it points for being really good competitively though. Even though it has a 4x weakness, as long as it gets over that weakness, it's a surprisingly pretty good tank. So I'll give it an A tier, just for competitive purposes. Design-wise, I give it a B. Now, the Gigantamax, Flapple, and Appleton. I don't even know what to do with this. I'll just put it in A tier. It looks pretty goofy, but I'll take it. And now, I'm really bad at remembering this one's name. Oh, is it Silicobra? Yeah, it's Silicobra. I mean, it's just a snake. It's just a simple snake. Kind of gives me Arbok vibes with, I don't know what this is called, but it's like the round thing around its neck. And then again, you evolve into a Pokemon with Cobra in its name, and Arbok is Cobra spelled backwards, so it's most likely based off of Cobra. Sandaconda, a bit weird on the design, but that Gigantamax Sandaconda, I put it in S tier because it's a pretty funny concept they did, but also really ingenious as well. Cramorant, it's so derpy that I love this thing, so I'll put it in the A tier. And also, I really find the Cramorant form with Pikachu in its mouth, that is like one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Barraskewda and... Wait, Barraskewda and... I forget this one's name. That's why I'm not doing a Gen 8 quiz yet. Speaking of which, I had to get back to those at some point. But similar to Silicondra, Siliconda, it's a simple fish. Nothing really much more to it. But Barraskewda, I know some people think its design is bad. I personally really like it, and it has really good competitive potential. Because it's like 136 speed and 124 attack or something stupid like that. Literal definition of a glass cannon. And also the max geyser and the swift swim just makes this thing OP as fuck. Alright. Toxel. Get in there, you're really, really...
Disappointed!
I don't know what they were thinking with this design. I think they were taking the baby concept a bit too seriously, but it also reminds me of one of those characters from Rayman Legends in like one of the final worlds. Alright, but Toxtricity on the other hand, both these designs are great. I do like the yellow one more than the blue one. I forgot which form is which, because I'm not remembering the names. I'm still learning about the game. Alright, Sizzlepede. I'll give it a B. Centiskorch. I want to make it like borderline S. Yes, it does. The fruit roll-up Pokemon gets an S tier. I actually saw a video where someone actually compared the Sizzlepede line to literally a fruit roll-up. If you guys remember what those are. And the Gigantamax Centiskorch, you're definitely the best part of the evolutionary line. Kind of gives you like the Chinese dragon vibe. It's just amazing. And also the Firebug typing is really good. I even started using Centiskorch competitively. It's doing surprisingly well. Even though having a 4x rock weakness does suck, it does get power to balance out the rock coverage. Alright, now, this one, get in there. I don't know what they were thinking with this. This just makes me feel very...
disappointed!
And the fact that it's not even part water type, that's what's angering me the most. The fact that it's just pure fighting. Now I will admit, Grapploct does... I think it's called Clubopus, but this one, Grapploct, I believe it's called. The design is better. And I do like it shiny, but, again, it's pure fighting. Why is it not water fighting? Alright, Sinistea. I think they took the teacup concept a bit too seriously, but... you know, I'll put it at the very bottom of the B tier. And I will organize some of these more as I continue onwards. And Poltergeist, I'll give it an A. I kind of like mixed feelings about the design, but it's actually really good and competitive. I just started using one in Showdown last night, and just Shell Smash, Focus Sash, Shadow Ball, Psychic. That's pretty much all you need. It may have one other coverage move, but I've been using it in doubles. Gets a surprisingly lot of one shots. Now, Hatena. I'll give you a C, because you do give me like Ralts vibes from that face. Reminds me of Ralts with a hat. Now, Hatterene, I believe this is I feel like this is the best part of the evolutionary line, personally. It's really cute. Hatterene. Probably my least favorite part of the evolutionary line. And the Gigantamax doesn't really change that much. And I don't even think the signature move even does that anything that worth remembering. But yeah, I'll put you in A. Or B. I'm an idiot. Impidimp. It's cute. In a double kind of way. I'll put you in B. Monum or something like that. I can't remember this thing's name, but yeah, I'll put you in B tier. Starting to run out of rows. Okay, maybe if I try to zoom out, this will fix it. Because I don't want to show the ads on the side of the screen as well. They're safe for work, just know that. They're just Lowe's ads, but again, I don't want to be sponsored. Alright, so Grimmsnow, A. Gigantamax Grimmsnow, S. Especially since Gigantamax Grimmsnow's ability, it's, what am I thinking? It's G-Max move. The signature G-Max move puts opponents to sleep after 2 turns. So basically inflicts yawn on all the Pokemon. On all the opposing Pokemon. I cannot speak. I love everything about the Galarian's Zigzagoon line. They might call it a bit of a simple change, but they personally did really well with this. Oh, glad to zoom out again. There you go. We are not sponsored by Lowe's. Thank you very much. And Alphagoon, definite S. Get up there, Gene Simmons. Okay, this entire evolutionary line. Actually, just Galarian Meowth. Galarian Meowth. I don't know what they were thinking.
Disappointed!
Like, what were they thinking with this design? That's my least favorite Pokemon ever. Like, if I put this in the, like, never exist tier, Galarian Meowth would have to be one of them. Berserker has a somewhat okay design at best. But other than that, it's connected to the Galarian Meowth line, and they should have just went with a Galarian Persian, if anything, other than Berserker. Like, this probably could have worked on almost any other Pokemon. Like, maybe if... What if there was a split evolution for Galarian Meowth? One side evolves into Persian, and the other one evolves into Berserker. Kind of like how Poliwhirl can evolve into either Poliwrath or Politoed. If they did something similar like that for Meowth and Berserker, then I might appreciate this Pokemon a little bit more, but it's the fact that it replaces Persian Slaw which making me not rank this Pokemon any higher than it already is. I love the Corsola line a lot. Yeah, I'll put you at the top of A tier. Actually, no, you're S tier because you're really good competitively. And Corsola, I love this design. It has stupidly high special attack stat. However, it really needs Trick Room in order to get itself going for sweeping. Galarian Farfetch'd, they outdid themselves. This is the evolution everyone needed. Now, Mr. Mime. Get in the D tier. I don't know what they're thinking with this. It makes sense, and I can kind of find people actually kind of liking Mr. Rhyme. But I don't like these things whatsoever. They're just stupid. But I will definitely rank Yamask into the A tier and Runerigus into the S tier. Because Runerigus is an amazing Pokemon. Galarian Ponyta, definitely S tier. If its evolution had wings and went for more of like a Pegasus kind of vibes, then I'd probably put it in S tier, but unfortunately just barely gonna miss out the S tier. I feel like I might get hate for that. Alright, time to zoom out again. Alright, Galarian Weezy. Surprisingly, a lot of Pokemon in the S and A tiers. But yeah, I think I'll put Galarian Weezing in this. I'll put it in the B tier, just because it's actually getting competitive use right now. Darumaka and Darmanitan, I like these Pokemon a lot. Oh, no, not you. We'll put Frosty here in the... I'll put... Nah. You'll be second in the A tier. But I like your Zen mode form. Galarian Stunfisk, I like this better than the regular Stunfisk, so I'll give it that. But still not one of my favorite Pokemon, and it's definitely not that memorable inside the games. Milcerean, I'm very bad at these names. But yeah, there's really nothing special about this Pokemon whatsoever. Alcremie, I'll give it some credit. Yeah, this seems like a good spot for you. And Gigamax Alcremie. A lot of people like it, but it just doesn't really score very high for me. But I will give it A tier, because it's my favorite part of the evolutionary design. Or evolutionary design. It's my favorite part of the Alcremie line, I guess you could say. Phalanx. I respect this Pokemon for being a marching meme, because I know there's a marching meme account on Twitter. And it definitely has competitive potential with its signature move, No Retreat, which squeezes every single stat by one stage, which is single use by the way, and it prevents you from switching out. However, This design is horrible. It's just so freaking... Hey, what's the word I'm looking for?
Disappointed!
That's the best way to describe this Pokemon's design. I understand the concept they were going for it, but why did they have to make it a cross between, like, the Ant Trooper from Super Mario and a freaking Kirby character, like maybe Meta Knight? I don't know. I believe there's lots of potential with this Pokemon. Prinurgent, I personally really like its design. I don't know why. I don't like the fact that it's pure electric, though. If it was maybe water poison or pure poison, I would have accepted it. Or maybe even pure water. It's also weird that its highest stat is its attack stat. And it's not exactly tanky, but it has very bad speed. So I'll probably put it in the B tier. I'm pretty sure I used some wrong grammar in there. So now, I don't really have much of an opinion on it because it's a larva. But Frostmoth, get in the S tier. You're amazing. They did the ice bug type correctly. I think this design of Stonejourner is absolutely
disappointed!
Again, I don't know, or I know what they were thinking. They're trying to go from the literal definition of a Stonehenge Pokemon, but it does not work out very well with Stonejourner. It has competitive potential, potentially, but it is just disgusting to look at. Ice Cube, oh my god. This is actually one of the most
disappointed
designs in all of Pokemon. It's literally a penguin with a block of ice on its head. I even saw a video where someone actually joked about it, like if they were in the Pokemon world, they saw a penguin with a block of ice on its head that's in danger. And they tried to place a block of ice on its head, then you realize, oh, it's an ice cube. It was honestly pretty funny, but this thing has some of the biggest competitive potential in all of Pokemon. Because its ability is really good. And it gets access to Belly Drum. If you want to look into competitive potential, then you can honestly look up, because I don't want to go into too much detail of Ice Cube. Indeed, I am indeed indifferent. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, zoom out once again. Oops. Alright, so now, more Pico. Yeah, kind of indifferent. Not the best Pikachu clone, probably not one of the most memorable ones. It might be Marty's signature Pokemon, but again, there's really not much memorable about it. I do like the Teacup Elephant, it's decent. Capraja is way better. It's Gigantamax, not the best, but I'll give it the top of B tier. I'll actually put you in the A tier. Alright, the entire fossil lines, their designs are some of the worst designed Pokemon in history. What were they thinking? The Raptor does not fit on a T-Rex back end. I don't know what they were thinking with this one, but I think it's the booger that does it for me on this one. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, I don't think you guys can see the detail on this Pokemon, so maybe if I zoom in a bit. Yeah, you can probably see that a little bit better, but as boogers hanging down from his face, and I think that's what's doing it for me for this design. And not to mention, I just don't like the fact that it's a raptor, and I don't know. Something about this is just also not right. This is completely wrong. A head on top of a tail. Really? This does have great competitive potential, and I think it's actually one of the most used competitive Pokemon right now, other than Dragapult, but this is just an abomination. I will give this one form, I believe it's Arctovish. Yeah, it's Arctovish. I'll actually put you in the D tier, despite your head being upside down, but other than that, your design is somewhat okay. But the rest of the designs...
disappointed!
Some of the worst designed Pokemon in history. Actually, going now, get to the bottom. You're not supposed to be ahead of everyone else. Alright, so let's zoom back out and then finish this tier. This tier list. So, Duraludon. Don't have much of an opinion. It's not the greatest, but it's alright. I used to hate this thing, but it's starting to like it, and it's getting competitive potential right now. I do find the Gigantamax Duraludon to be pretty funny since it's literally a skyscraper. Alright, Dreepy. It's alright. Jackalope. A. Dragapult. S. And the Dragapult literally reminds me of XYZ Dragon Cannon, which is kind of funny. Or maybe one of its union forms. I think it was like V Tiger Jet? I think that's what it was called. And also, if you guys want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh content on this channel, make sure to smash that like button. And subscribe for more content. Please, give me subs. Alright, now for Zacian and Zamazenta. Zacian, its first form is... Alright, you know what, I'll give both of these good forms. For their... I can't speak. I'll give the primary forms of Zacian and Zamazenta in the A tier, while their box art designs in the S tier. Oops, that zoomed way too much. Alright, I guess I'm reaching the end of the tier list then. Yeah, because only a few left other than more Gigantamax forms and Eternus. Eternus gets the S tier. In its form, I understand, it's a hint, but I still really like it. Even though it's not going to be able to be used competitively because it has a 1000 base stat total. Gigantamax Charizard C does not compare whatsoever to Mega Charizard X and Mega Charizard Y. Those designs are far better than this thing. I love what they did with Gigantamax Butterfree. Like, the design is somewhat simple, but it's just beautiful. That Pikachu, it's alright, but I feel like there's also lost potential. I know some of my friends think it's one of the lazier designs, but I'm putting B tier just because it's referenced to Fat Pikachu from Gen 1. Glowing Meowth, get out of here. You're in D. You did not have to become the long cat meme. Gigantamax Machamp. Yeah. I know its Dynamax move gives it a focus energy stat. However, design-wise, I'll give it B. However, it definitely needs to be above Pikachu. I think this seems about right. Maybe move Green somewhere else. I'll put you there for now. I'll organize this later. Now, Gengar. This is a weird choice because I think if you really think about it, it does reference the Mega Gengar a little bit when it comes to like coming out of the shadow, literally. I meant to say coming out of the ground like a shadow. It's alright. I still think Mega Gengar looks cooler. I think its shiny. I think Gigantamax Gengar's shiny is actually decent. And I have to relook at the form. I don't know why they gave Kingler of all Pokemon a Gigantamax form, but it's alright. I'll give it that. Even though it might not have that much competitive potential. Lapras, get in the S tier. That's just amazing. Eevee. Fortunately, you're gonna get C tier. I love Eevee as a Pokemon would normally get S, but this is kind of lazy. Garbodor I find kind of funny. And it makes so much sense since it's literally collecting trash in its body. Let's see if I can actually... I don't think I can zoom in that much without losing resolution. Oh wait, yes I can. Oh crap, I can zoom in a lot. Alright, so... can I zoom in on the Garbodor? As you can see, it has like trash all over its body. Alright, so I'm gonna rearrange these tiers a little bit more and see if I can get everyone in the position that I want. Alright, so I got everyone ranked pretty much almost exactly what I want them to be ranked. Like, there'll probably quite a few of them that are interchangeable. But overall, I think Corviknight and its Gigantamax form are my #1 favorite Pokemon in Sword and Shield. Cinderace being number 2, Scorbunny number 3, Corviknight and Rookidee, or Corvisquire and Rookidee, number 5 and 6. Redwood number 7, probably one of the best designed middle stage evolution Pokemon in a long time. Surfetch, like I said, done correctly. The Emperor's cute as fuck. Italian's cool. Out of all the other Pokemon you get, out of all the old Pokemon that got Gigantamax forms, I believe Galarian, I can't speak. I feel Butterfree has one of the best Gigantamax designs out of all the older Pokemon. While Lapras has received quite a bit of attention as well with its signature move, setting up an Aurora Veil. And yep, here are the rest of the Pokemon. Like I said before, a lot of them are interchangeable. So that's everyone for the S tier. Number A, I believe Rapidash would be taking the #1 spot for the A tier. And the rest of these Pokemon, along the top 2 rows, they are really good designs. For the A tier, at least. Like, at the same, they're also designs that I feel like could be better, could be worse. Toxtricity could probably be moved up a little bit more. Yeah, probably even past Galarian and Darmanitan, to be honest. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be it for the A tier. Because Toxtricity definitely improved over its first form. And a lot of these other ones could also be interchangeable at the same time, but I try my best to rank them basically how I like them and how well they do in the competitive scene as well. But mainly based on looks. For the B tier, like I said, they did really well with the Gigantamax Orbeal. Still don't like the concept that much, but I think they made use of it really well for what they had to work with. It'll probably move Copperajah a little bit lower. Yeah, that seems about good. But yeah, Drippy is really cute first evolution design. And I think some of my thoughts are pretty much everyone else. A lot of these ones I left untouched because I don't really have much of an opinion on these Pokemon other than all the way up to Pikachu and Weezing. Alright, of course the C tier, Eevee, I'd at least give it the top of some tier because, like, I love Eevee as a Pokemon. And I can't put him any lower than C. I almost want to put it into B, but no, I'll leave it at C. #1 spot on C, thank you. Alright, and yeah, I'll probably move Charizard in front of Drizzle, but they could have done worse with the Charizard, I will admit that, but I think they tried too hard with this design, and I think that's the downfall of this Charizard's design. And everyone else seems to be alright for the C tier. As we move on to the D tier, is Pokemon which need a lot of work if they have any chance to actually look good. Or Pokemon that actually make sense. And as for the disappointed tier, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to play the sound effect, hang on.
Disappointed!
There we go. So, for the
Disappointed!
tier, what I did for this is I ranked these Pokemon from greatest to worst, at least for the top row, based on their competitive potential. Ice Cube, Phalanx, Dracovish. I had to really think about that name because these Pokemon have really weird names. Stonejourner, Dracozolt, and Arctozolt. Like, these names make sense, but I always get lost in these names because they sound so similar. But I think all these 6 Pokemon have competitive potential in some way. Especially Ice Cube, Phalanx, Dracovish, and yeah, I think these three have the greatest competitive potential. And these other ones, their first stage evolutions, they most likely not going to get any competitive potential. Excuse me. Anytime soon, except for maybe Meowth, I guess, if you want to include Eviolite. But Pokemon like Toxel and Blipbug, they are not getting any competitive potential anytime soon. But yeah, I think that's it for every single Pokemon that's ranked in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Do you guys agree with this list or do you disagree? Let me know down in the comments below. And I believe that's going to do it for this video. And here's one last overview. Nope, we are not sponsored by Kohl's. Yep, here's the tier list one last time for you guys to look over. But as of right now, it looks like our time is up. Don't forget to check out all my other videos. And I messed up my outro already. But anyways, remember the link to this tier list will be in the description. And I will see you guys next time. Peace! And I timed the outro to the song, which is really cringy. Anyways, peace.